So, got a, I'd say, more difficult example for finding the x-intercepts on a quadratic that's in vertex form. So let me look over, just kind of graph it real quick. We're going to go 4 units to the right, and we're going to go 8 units up. So 4 to the right, something like this, and then 8 units up. It's going to be kind of high up here. All right, so 4, 8, that's our vertex, 4, 8. This is negative out front, the A term, so it's going to open downwards, and it's at 2/3. So because this is in between 0 and 1, it's going to open kind of flat-like. So it's going to open down, hopefully like that. I'm not sure. I might be drawing it wrong. And it's going to be kind of flatter than usual. Okay. To find the x-intercept, we'll plug in 0 for y. Let's see. We're going to move the 8 over first. So subtract 8. We'll get negative 8 is equal to negative 2/3 x minus 4. And this is the part I wanted to show y'all how to handle. When you have a fraction here, you could divide by negative 2/3 if you wanted to. The way that I've always handled it is we're going to multiply by its reciprocal. So remember, reciprocal is when you flip. It's when you flip the fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 3/2. Notice the negative was still there. And we'll multiply this side by negative 3/2 as well. So 3/2 and 2/3, if you were to multiply those, they would cancel. You'd have 6 on top and 6 on bottom, so that would just be 1. So here we can cross that one and that one out. On this side, we're multiplying these two. So a negative and a negative is a positive, and then you've got to do 3/2 times 8. So I'm going to do 8 times 3 is 24, and then 24 divided by 2, and that is 12. A little better. All right, so the left side gives you 12. Now, if you wanted to, you could do the alpha y equals to make 3/2 if you wanted to do it like that, or make it a decimal, whatever you want to do. And then on this side, we have an x minus 4 squared left. We're going to square root both sides. Everything else is pretty much the same. So we're going to get plus or minus the square root of 12 is equal to x minus 4. And then we're going to plus 4 on both sides. So plus 4. So 4 and the root 12 can't combine with each other because one's in the square root and the other isn't. So this is going to give us positive 4 plus or minus square root of 12 is equal to x. Let's see what that is as a decimal real quick. 4 plus, I'm doing the positive version, square root of 12. So that's 7.46. Okay, you could put 7.46 down here. And let's do 4 minus square root of 12. See, this is positive. I drew my graph wrong. So it should have went something like that, to where it crosses right there at 0.53. That's the decimal version of it. Yeah, I got time. I'll do the other example real fast. I'll probably just do both of them. All right, we'll plug in 0 for y to find that x-intercept. If we were graphing it, it would be 4 to the left and 15 down. We just don't have time for that right now. Plus 15 on both sides equals 3/4 x plus 4 squared. So I added 15. I moved it over to the left side. And then I'm going to get rid of this fraction here. So you could divide by 3/4 if you wanted to. Or what I'm going to do is multiply by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. Okay. I'm going to do 15 times 4. That's equal to 60. And then 60 divided by 3 is equal to 20. That's going to give us x plus 4 squared. Again, if you wanted to, you could just do 4/3 times 15 like that. And that'll give you 20 right there. Square root both sides. We're going to get plus or minus square root of 20 is equal to x plus 4. And then we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. So this is going to give us negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 20 is equal to x. So you minus 4 to move that 4 over to the other side. So negative 4 plus or minus root 20. Again, the other way, if you wanted to write it the other way, it could be plus or minus root 20 minus 4. You could do it like that too. Let's see what they are as decimals real quick. Negative 4 plus root 20. Okay, so 0.47. That's one of our answers. And then we would need to do negative 4 minus root 20. Negative 8.47. Okay. Not too bad. So the trick is, move that one over. And then to get rid of the fraction here, you just multiply by its reciprocal. I'm going to do this last one real quick. I don't think it takes too long. Yeah, we got time. So plug in 0 for y. And you're going to subtract 98. 98. This is going to give you negative 98 is equal to 2 x plus 3 squared. Then you would divide by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Now negative 98 divided by 2 is equal to negative 49. And this is where the problem is going to come in. Okay. Normally you would square root both sides right here, and that's what we'll do. But when we square root on the left side, this is going to give us a problem. This is going to be imaginary. We'll talk about that later, but you can't take the square root, quotes, you can't take the square root of a negative. So at this point, you would say there's no solutions, or you could say there's no real solutions, okay, because you can't take the square root of a negative. I'm just going to put that there. No real solutions. Now this was for the x-intercepts. Let me show you why this is. If we were graphing this, it would be 3 to the left. So 3 to the left and 98 units up. So you'll just have to, I'm just going to put it up here. So 98 units up, something like that. Now because this 2 is positive, we know that this quadratic is going to open upwards. So it's going to look something like this. Okay, there, I'll back that up. Yeah. So 3 left and 98 up, opening, and it's opening up. And you can see it never crosses this x-axis. It never will. So that is why this has no real solutions.